So, first of all, around 13 years ago to this day, Skyrim was released. Well, Elder Scrolls 6 here was revealed in 2018 and still remains a mystery, so to speak. For that matter, if it is any consolation, Bethesda just said the project is finally halfway done with development and probably showcasing some gameplay by the end of 2024. After all, the director has said this is a game we need to design for people to play for a decade at the least. That's it, this will be a Microsoft exclusive.
You can give a man a gun and make him your weapon.
At number 2, by Antimatter, well, the same folks behind the same old first-person shooter, I.G.I. Last year they came out with the reveal of their newest I.G.I. game going by Origins. They said it's going to be coming out on all platforms within 2023, which then soon turned out to be not this soon. Origins is actually a prequel to the first game, technically speaking reimagining the series with a modern take on this old genre. Also, it is made with the use of Unreal Engine 5.
Discriminate friend from foe.
Well, work to be done, eh? We still have a mission to complete.
War that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died to give us a chance to start over.
At number 3, we've got Ark 2. Now, in case you've been waiting for some good news, well, the game went on and received the release window of 2025, or at its earliest, possibly an early access version coming out by the end of 2024. Accompanying the news, we got some new stuff too. The game, as it formerly was promised, is coming to the Xbox Series and PCs only as a Souls-like open-world survival RPG, and it's shaping up to be a substantially different game than its predecessor, Survival Evolved.
You're free to do so. Welcome to Ganesha City, a dense, vertically built metropolis where the rich live at the top and the poor huddle in shanty towns built into the sides of the city's foundations.
Once again, just a quick mention here, Beyond Good and Evil 2, a game that has been in development for more than 400 years so far, not even joking, apparently it's still alive and it's kicking hard. Now, the project actually had a job listing a couple months ago and hired a few more specialists, and just so you know, we're probably looking at a 2025 release at its earliest. It's going to be coming to PCs, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and also the past generation of consoles.
Your own ride, swapping out modules, wings, engines, equipment, and cosmetic options to tailor your machines to look good and hold their own in a fight. You'll need special equipment or skills to take on larger vessels, but your fighter ships are agile, able to execute barrel rolls, lock onto targets with homing missiles, and dogfight with police if you inadvertently break some city law like flying too close to a major tourist attraction or robbing a bank. And like your weapons, ships can be equipped with augments, enabling you to do things like firing healing missiles at your co-op partners.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century, this world was being watched.
Roger, copy. Eagle, Houston, you're a go for landing, over.
Ventura Station. Unknown vessel approaching. We need first contact protocol.
For those of you fans of the Mass Effect games, in case you haven't figured this out, BioWare came up with the word that the sequel is finally hitting all consoles, even though we've actually seen almost nothing of it since reveal, but still it's going to be coming out, if not late, early next year. Now, Mass Effect, or Mass Effect 5, supposedly, will be using the MetaHumans feature in Unreal Engine 5, and the only other thing we know is it's retaining the narrative pace of the game, and it's bigger in scale too. Number 6, coming from the Game Awards of 2021. In case you missed out on it, we've got Aftermath, which is a psychological survival, not a horror game but a thriller, that's what we're hearing. Aftermath is set in a post-apocalyptic future on Earth where you'd be playing as an astronaut which has come to Earth to save the planet. Now, this game is expected to come out later on in the year, and this might just be the actual gameplay. If not, it is a mix of cutscene and gameplay, however.
Seen friends lose life and limb.
Number 7, we have Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Still in the works, of course. It's been quite some time since we've had a major update on the new entry. But for more gameplay, we just got this. Just a quick mention. The game is being developed for PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X only, coming out by the end of 2024. We hear Dreadwolf is also the official new title for the game Dragon Age 4.
The kind of person they'll never see coming. We've got your back. I've got your back. Demons, dragons, darkspawn. Even the Dreadwolf. This is your story.
The corporations gave us solutions. A better world?
The Perfect Dark reboot is still on the way, but not that well, we hear. See, for those of you new, Perfect Dark is a first-person shooter. It's a spy thriller, maybe something in the same vein as the Splinter Cell games. Nobody pretty much knows yet. Company dropped the news of partnering up with the Square Enix a little while back, possibly releasing the game by the end of 2024, if not some gameplay of it. This will be a Microsoft exclusive as well, gonna be coming out of PCs and Xbox Series X only.
Did you find the answers you were looking for, Agent Dark?
Not yet. This is just the beginning.
Moving on to number 9, we have Slitterhead. It's coming from the same creators of the old game 1999 Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill game. It is a pretty unique standalone original IP, and the last time we actually mentioned it was more than half a year ago, to this very day. Slitterhead is aiming to create the most fearful situation in the gaming industry. I'm not sure if that's illegal anymore, whatever that even means. This game is said to be coming out sometime within 2024 we're still waiting on an update from its developers and publishers. Truth be told, I can't actually even remember the last time we talked about this, but I believe it was like a year ago since we mentioned it. Just a quick reminder over here, Crytek is legitimately developing Crysis 4 since 2022, and the game is said to be coming on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PCs only, maybe even Microsoft exclusive to some extent. That being said, we're still waiting on a release date, some in-game footage. For the time being, let's just keep it in mind. Coming up behind that, we have Showa American Story. This is actually one of the most anticipated games coming out of China. That's a straight 3-year absence, so to speak, since announcement. Showa American Story is actually a zombie survival open world game, as you can see, in the style of the good old Days Gone, but it's a hack and slash game too. We've mentioned it before, earlier in the year. This is actually looking like a Dead Rising game meet Grand Theft Auto, Devil May Cry even, which is only rumored to be coming to the PlayStation consoles and PCs in the future.
We've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place with their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically massive weapons.
Wanker.
Fable 4 is officially set to come out prior to the new Forza Horizon game, which we have only heard about. Currently titled to just Fable, this game is actually a reboot of a beloved series of RPGs that will continue to offer real-time combat, this is for those of you new by the way, with plenty of quests to complete and places to explore. Now, Fable was finally re-revealed at the Xbox Game Showcase last year. Honestly, not much of it in any way, especially the gameplay was shown, but all the comedy elements aside, and when we came across the cinematic, we believe it'll be quite different in pace.
This is awkward.
Yeah. Oh.
In case you have been waiting on an update on State of Decay 3, recently we got confirmation that State of Decay 3 is doing very well and looks very good from some insiders. We haven't seen any though. This game is being built with the use of Unreal Engine. That's all we know. The team has said the game will be completely different in visuals and also gameplay mechanics compared to its predecessor. Basically, it's revisioned for a broader audience with more replay. Check it out in case you missed it. This is a Microsoft exclusive.
You have no idea how this tech has affected my brain.
Number 14, we have here one of the most anticipated open world games at the moment, going by the name Everywhere. Well, first of all, it's a AAA scale Unreal Engine 5 dope, which happens to be in development for over 4 years, almost 5. This is the update. Developers came up with the word that the project will be a multi-world gaming experience that seamlessly blends adventure and discovery. Kind of like Pokemon. Anyway, Words has it Everywhere is due by the end of the year, coming to PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X as well.
Why are you back, Isaac? I'm looking for someone.
That being said, at number 15 we have a game called Wrongdos. Now basically, it's a little bit inspired by the Dark Souls, I mean slightly, but then a lot of Silent Hill. All of that in a did kind of twisted down. Now, here's the thing. Wrongdos was actually being made with the use of Unreal Engine 5, acting as an open world game to some extent, with technically exploration based, and maybe, just maybe, the best setting for a dark story. Now, the last time we received an update on the game was indicating a release date of early 2024, but all we've seen of it so far is actually only a Steam wishlist. Moving on.
Formation. Big Dipper.
Coming up behind that, it's once again Faith of Danschant, Hereafter, which is the sequel to the 2017 game, turn-based RPG that came out way around August last year, suggesting it'll be coming to PCs in addition to both generation of consoles, somewhere between mid to late this year, which we highly doubt. Anyway, Hereafter is actually one of the biggest projects out of China, pretty much right up there, even more famous than Showa American Story, which we mentioned earlier, and this time it'll be a fully fledged action role-playing game.
Far, far away from home. Away from your lost ones. Away from friends. Away from safety.
Originally announced as a PlayStation 5 exclusive in April 2021. When it was announced, Abandoned had a fair amount of similarities to Silent Hill and also the Metal Gear Solid. To some extent, some folks rumored that it's actually backed by Hideo Kojima. Now for that reason alone it drew in a lot of attention. The game was described as a cinematic horror survival FPS, following a man named Jason who awakens stranded in a forest. Either way, this game's concept had changed drastically, apparently, and a lot compared to the cancelled game the day before.
And when you realize this, you know it's the end. Your end. But you will never accept this. You will fight for a way out.
And last but not least, what we've got over here, Hollow Knight Silksong. Of course, this isn't too much to go with, but the game's Steam page recently had some assets updated, which suggests more news might be on the way soon, possibly even a release window. Now, pretty much most fans of the series know this has been over 5 years since we heard about this game's development. To this very day, it is actually still one of the top 10 most anticipated platformers on the horizon. It's coming to PCs, Switch, and other consoles as well upon release. That's all we know.
快一点！上课。
起動。